everybody. What happened on August 28th and August 29th in high school football in 2015? We're about to find out. Don't go away. The Region 8 Sports Report is coming up. Hello everybody, I'm Buddy Hardigree with the Region 8 Sports Report. Thank you for joining us again this week. We've got some interesting stuff for you here tonight. First of all, we've got highlights from the Monroe area and Loganville football game that was played on a Friday night. Of course, Loganville won that game by a score of 27-6, and we'll have the highlights for you from that game coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Also, coming up tonight, we've got some scores for you from all around the region. Every team in the region that was playing, we've got the scores for you. We'll have those coming up for you here as well. We've also got the schedule for the following week, who's going to be playing who. And we'll take a look at the region standings as things are starting. Of course, this is only the first week for some teams, second week for other teams. So mostly going to be a lot of 1-0s and 0-1s and 2-0s and 0-2s and stuff like that. But still, we'll take a look at the standings to see how things are shaping up so far here in the early season here. But first of all, remember we got the previews for you, the highlights for you from the Monroe area Loganville game. So let's roll those for you right now. We'll be back with more after this. Let's roll those highlights. So here we go with our week 3 of our high school football coverage. And this week's game is Loganville at Monroe area. Loganville kicks off to Monroe area to start the game. Raymond Gibbs takes the kick and returns the ball back. Whoop, wait a minute, that's not him. Lost him in the sun. There we go. Gibbs returns the ball back to the 35-yard line where Monroe area goes on offense. Quarterback back to pass. Hunter Byron's pass is picked off by Loganville's Blake Gwaltney, and Loganville takes over on offense. Loganville quarterback Cameron Perkins hits Marquise Gathers for 19 yards. And then number 22, Daryl Giles, goes around the right end for 29 yards and a touchdown. But hang on, hold the phone. There is a penalty, so it wipes out the touchdown. So Giles goes around the left side for 32 yards and a touchdown. Basically just delayed the inevitable there. And the extra point attempt is up and good, and Loganville leads by a score of 7-0. Monroe area goes back on offense, but they go for an out. And Loganville is back on offense. Evan French carries for 11 yards. Then Giles runs for 13 yards. Then quarterback Perkins on the quarterback keeper down to the 3-yard line. On the next play, Perkins drops the ball, then picks it up and runs around and scores the touchdown. The extra point attempt is up and good. And Loganville is now up by a score of 14-0. Monroe area still can't get their offense going, so again, Loganville is back on offense. And a long bomb. Cameron Perkins, the quarterback, uncorks the bomb to Marquise Gathers for a 38-yard touchdown. They try a little razzle-dazzle on the PAT. That pass was incomplete, so the score is now 22-0. Loganville over Monroe area. Loganville puts together a drive in the third quarter, and it's capped by this 3-yard run by number 22. And the extra point attempt is good. And the score is now 27-0, which was close to the end of it. However, Monroe area puts together some offense in the fourth quarter. Byron hits Raymond Gibbs for a 26-yard pass. Then another pass to Chase Fleming for 10 yards. Then yet still another pass play. This one to Alfred King for 37 yards to the 22-yard line. Perkins is officially on a roll. Next, he hits Kevon Dubose down to the 9-yard line. And C.J. Winding finishes off the drive with a 3-yard run. Monroe area is on the board. The PAT is no good. And the game ends with the score Loganville 27, Monroe area 6. Coming up this week, Monroe area will travel to Walnut Grove, and Loganville will host Flowery Branch. We'll be back with more of the Region 8 Sports Report after this. Let's look at all the scores from Region 8 last Friday and Saturday night. Remember, games that involve teams from 2 different classifications, you'll see the scores twice, once on each classification, so I haven't really lost my mind. So here we go. Let's take a look at the games of Region 8 6A. That's 8 and 6 A's behind it. Number 1 ranked Buford over Berkmar, 77-0. How do you score 77 points in one game? You score fast and you score often. Kendrew Wynn returned an intercepted pass 25 yards for a touchdown with 3:51 to go in the game to give the Norcross Blue Devils a 17-13 win over the Brookwood Broncos. Central Gwinnett forced 5 turnovers to help the Black Knights defeat Collins Hill by a score of 35-29. Grayson rushed for 272 yards and passed for another 180 yards to take Grayson to a 34-0 win over the Gainesville Red Elephants. Parkview over Mountain View by a score of 33-27. Hillgrove over Shiloh 27-19. And Archer over Peachtree Ridge by a score of 26-10. In the games of Region 8 5A, it was Woodland of Stockbridge crushing Appalachia 43-9 last week. Elbert County over Cedar Shoals 40-14. Hart County squeaked by Clark Central 24-21. Flowery Branch over Chestatee 34-10. As we already saw, Grayson over Gainesville 34-0. Loganville over Monroe area 27-6, as we saw in the highlights just a moment ago. Salem over Rockdale County 29-6. Number 5 Jefferson over Winder Barrow 32-17. Colby Woods carried the ball for 239 yards for Jefferson in that game. Now moving on to 8-4A. 8 Quad A, as we already told you about. Number 1 Buford and Berkmar 77-0. Buford a winner there. Chestatee over Flowery Branch. Well, I think we already talked about that one too. 34-10. Flowery Branch Falcons winning that one. West Hall gave Johnson their first loss of the year, 35-9. Jackson County over Madison County, 48-23. That's the Raiders' second loss of the season. As we already stated, Loganville over Monroe area, 27-6. GAC over North Oconee, 55-21. Stevens County over Franklin County, 34-7. And Pickens County edged White County, 13-6. Moving on now to Region 8 3A. East Jackson over Lakeview Academy by a score of 21-16. As we said earlier, it was number 4 Elbert County over Cedar Shoals, 41-14. Number 7 Hart County squeaking by Clark Central, 24-21. Jackson County over Madison County, 48-23. Number 5 Jefferson over Winder Barrow, 32-17. Jones County over Morgan County, 30-13. Oconee County in a one-sided affair, the game over Oglethorpe County, 49-6. And that's it for 8-3A. Now moving along to 8AA. In a real score fest, it was Greene County over Putnam County by a score of 38-33. As we already said, Oconee County over Oglethorpe County, 49-6. Rabun County snaps back after a loss last week to defeat Habersham Central, 42-14. Fellowship Christian over Riverside, 28-0. Social Circle over Strong Rock by a score of 31-23. Union County over Towns County, 35-7. And it was Lincoln County over Washington Wilkes by a score of 26-13. Now for Region 8A, that's 8 single A. Athens Academy over Athens Christian, 13-6. Commerce bombed Banks County, 55-13. Hateville over George Walton, 41-7. And as we already stated, East Jackson over Lakeview, 21-16. Number 3 Prince Avenue over number 9 Aquinas, 42-12. St. Francis over Providence by a score of 38-7. Another repeat, Union County over Towns County, 35-7. And last but not least, it was Hebron over Mount Vernon by a score of 42-28. And that gets you caught up with all the scores from last Friday and Saturday night in Region 8. Let's take a look now at the games scheduled to take place coming up this weekend, September 4th and September 5th in Region 8 high school football. Starting out with Region 8 6A, Central Gwinnett will travel to Mundy's Mill. Mill Creek will be at Decula. Hughes will be at Grayson. Westlake travels to Shiloh. And South Gwinnett will take on Collins Hill. In Region 8 5A, Winder Barrow will be at Appalachia for the Battle of Mulberry. That'll be the crosstown rivals taking each other on there. Clark Central will be at Lanier High School. Flowery Branch will take on Loganville at Loganville. Salem will be at Heritage. Those are the games on the schedule for Region 8 5A. For Region 8 4A, number 1 Buford takes on McEachern. That's going to be a major battle right there. West Hall will be at Chestatee. Johnson of Gainesville will be at Banks County. Madison County travels to Eastside to try to get a win in the column for a change. Monroe area will be at Walnut Grove. North Hall will be at Jefferson High School. Stevens County travels to Elbert County, and Jackson County travels to White County. Now in Region 8 AAA, Stevens County at Elbert County. I think we already told you about that one. Hart County will be at Franklin County. Jackson County takes on White County. North Hall traveling to Jefferson. Putnam County will be at Morgan County, and Athens Christian will be at Oconee County. In Region 8 2A, Hancock County travels to Greene County. Oglethorpe County will be at Prince Avenue Christian. Rabun County will be at Mount Pisgah Christian. Lumpkin County at Union County, and Washington Wilkes will be at Wilkinson County. In Region 8A, 8 single A, it's going to be Athens Christian at Oconee County. Commerce travels to Hebron Christian. St. Francis will be at Lakeview Academy. Oglethorpe County at Prince Avenue. Whitfield Academy at Providence Christian. And it'll be Mount Vernon traveling to Towns County. One game on Saturday night, George Walton will take on Holy Innocents on Saturday night. And that gets you up to date on all the games scheduled for the weekend of September 4th and September 5th on the Region 8 Sports Report. Okay, it's time to take a break so I can catch my breath. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the standings. Now, I realize the standings, not much to look at, really. You're going to see a bunch of 1-0s and 0-1s and 1-1s and 2-0s. That's about it. But we're going to see where everybody stands right now so far in Region 8. So we'll take a break. We'll be back with the region standings right after this. Welcome back to the Region 8 Sports Report. Just 30 minutes with us every week, and you are thoroughly up to date with everything that's going on in Region 8. Did you know there are 51 schools in Region 8? Well, yeah, you probably did because we've told you that every week so far. But there are 51 schools in Region 8, and it's kind of tough keeping up with all of them. But we're going to take a look at them right now and see exactly how everybody is doing in the regions. And we'll start with, of course, Region 8 6A. That's Region 8 with 6 letter A's behind it, and take a look at the standings here. We see that Archer is the number 1 team right now in the region. They have a 2-0 record. Parkview is also at 2-0, tied with them technically for first place. Third place would be Central Gwinnett with a 1-0 record, tied with Decula at 1-0. Grayson also is at 1-0. Shiloh is at 0-1. South Gwinnett is 0-1. And Berkmar and Brookwood are both 0-2. That's the way things are stacking up in Region 8 6A. Take a look at Region 8 5A, and we see that Flowery Branch is at 1-0. As, of course, most of these teams have only played one game, so everybody's 0-1 or 1-0. Flowery Branch, Lanier, and Loganville and Salem are at 1-0. Appalachia, Cedar Shoals, Clark Central, Gainesville, and Heritage and Winder Barrow all at 0-1. And this week, some things are going to happen that'll change that up. Appalachia and Winder Barrow will play each other in the Battle of Barrow, and that's going to mess that up. So neither one of them will be 0-1 at the end of this week's games. They'll either be 0-2 or 1-1, one or the other. But anyway, those are just the standings for this particular week in Region 8 5A. Now let's go down to Region 8 4A and see what the standings are looking like. Buford, of course, with a 2-0 record, they are atop of everybody in that region. Stevens County is at 1-0. North Hall is 0-0. Johnson of Gainesville, 1 win and 1 loss, so they're 1-1. Chastity 0-1. Monroe area is 0-1. White County 0-1. Madison County and North Oconee both are at 0-2. And that's the way the standings are in Region 8 4A. In Region 8 AAA, Jefferson tops the leaderboard with a 2-0 record. Elbury County right behind them at 1-0. Hart County tied also for second with 1-0, as is Jackson County and Oconee County, all at 1-0. East Jackson is at 1-1, and Morgan County is at 0-1. And that's the way they stack up in Region 8 3A. Going now to Region 8 AA and see how the standings look. Greene County with a 1-0 record. Social Circle, Union County also at 1-0. Raven County comes in with a 1-1 record. Oglethorpe County 0-1. Riverside Military Academy 0-1. And Washington Wilkes also at 0-1. And in 8 Single A, Athens Academy with a 2-0 record. Hebron Christian also at 2-0. Commerce is at 1-0. Prince Avenue Christian is also at 1-0. Athens Christian at 1-1. George Walton Academy 0-1. Lakeview Academy 0-1. Providence Christian 0-1. And Towns County is 0-1. And that gets you up to date with the standings for everybody in Region 8. And believe it or not, we just went through 51 teams to see the standings in that. Quite impressive. Well, maybe not. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments that you would like to make about the program, you can contact us a couple of ways. The easiest way is via email at av1productions30680@gmail.com. That's av1productions30680@gmail.com. And for those of you not so computer savvy, we still have snail mail. AV1 Productions, 1021 Jefferson Highway, Winder, Georgia 30680. That's AV1 Productions, 1021 Jefferson Highway, Winder, Georgia 30680. If you have any questions or any comments or any particular team you'd like us to cover one week, just send us a note to let us know, and we'll do what we can to make that happen. Anyway, we're going to take one more break, and we will come back and wrap it up and put a big bow on top of it, just like last week, and we'll do that right after this break. Thanks for watching the Region 8 Sports Report. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Region 8 Sports Report, where every week we get you up to date on everything that's going on in Region 8. We have got a lot of good football games coming up this weekend, as we told you about. Don't forget the Battle of Barrow is going to be going on. That'll be at Appalachia High School this Friday night. 7:30 is kickoff time. Winder Barrow and Appalachia with the county grudge game between the two high schools in Barrow County. But a lot of other games going on around the area as well, so go out and take in a high school football game somewhere this weekend. Also, don't forget college football starts off this weekend as well. The University of Georgia will have a game over in Athens Saturday afternoon, so we might try to check in on that and see how things are going with that next week as well, and see how things are going with the Bulldogs this year. High school football action coming up Friday night and Saturday night. Go out and see a high school football game and enjoy yourself. It is a lot of fun, I guarantee you. We will be videotaping a game somewhere. Not sure where yet, but we will have a game for you. We'll have highlights next week, as well as all of the scores from around the area for this weekend's activities. Don't forget, if you need to contact us or if you have any questions or comments concerning the program, you can contact us at AV1Productions30680@gmail.com. Once again, that's AV1Productions30680@gmail.com. And of course, there's regular snail mail, the good old U.S. Postal Service. You can send us a letter via U.S. Postal Service. The address is AV1 Productions, 1021 Jefferson Highway, Winder, Georgia 30680. Once again, that's AV1 Productions, 1021 Jefferson Highway, Winder, Georgia 30680. That's all the time we have this week for the Region 8 Sports Report. Go out and see a football game this weekend and have fun and enjoy yourself. And be sure to tune in next week. We'll have some more previews, some highlights, and some scores for you right here on the Region 8 Sports Report.